welcome to Perception Media. I am your hostess, the Cinegeek, and today I'm going to talk about how the Conjuring and the Insidious franchises might be more related than you think. So, going beyond the fact that James Wan is the creator of both of them, and they do have quite a lot of crew in common. Hopefully I remembered to put up an image right now, but I'm really tired and it's 2 a.m. and I might have forgot. Anyway, they have a lot of crew in common, and most importantly, Patrick Wilson plays Ed Warren in the Conjuring franchise, and he plays Josh Lambert in the Insidious franchise. That's going to be important for later. So, for starters, The Conjuring is going to, the first Conjuring takes place in 1971, and it centers around Ed and Lorraine Warren. Note, they do have a daughter, Judy Warren. The second one takes place in 1976, and the rest of them, the side spin-off movies don't really matter for the context of this theory, and the third film has not come out yet, so I don't know what it's going to be about or what year it's going to take place in. So then we're going to go to the Insidious films. I probably should mention for the Conjuring films, the Warrens are real people. That's an important note. So going forward to the Insidious films, they take place the year that they came out. So the first Insidious took place in 2010, and it focuses on the Lambert family, specifically Josh Lambert, his mother Lorraine Lambert, and then specifically his son Dalton, who is in a coma due to his power to astral project into this kind of otherworldly plane. I'm going to call it the Poltergeist plane because Poltergeist is one of my favorite films, and this is obviously the unofficial remake of that movie, and it is quite good. If you haven't seen the Insidious films, I don't know why you're watching this, but also you should watch them because they're very good and stuff. Okay, so here's my theory. It is that, how do I explain this? Lorraine Lambert, the mother of Josh Lambert, is the daughter of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Okay, so as I said, the first Conjuring takes place in 1971, and the second one takes place in 1976. Ed was born in 1926, so at the time of this film, he would have been, or these films, he would have been respectively, words are so hard, 45 and 51. While Lorraine was born in 1927, a year later, so she would have been respectively 45 and 50 at the during the time of these occurrences. Alright, so in real life, they were married in 1945, and their daughter Judy was born the year after, 1946. So she actually, in real life, would have been 25 and 31 during the events of these films, not a young child or as they show in the films. And also, the films take place 5 years apart from each other, but they weren't made 5 years apart from each other, so the young girl who plays their daughter in both films, has not aged enough. So that's going to be an important point I'm going to get to in a second. So in the Insidious films, Lorraine Lambert, the woman who plays the mother of Patrick Wilson's character's Josh, was about 29 in 1986. So the year of her birth would have been 1957, unlike Judy Warren's real-life birth date of 1946. She's about 11 years younger. But if you watch the films, she's obviously much younger, or portrayed as being much younger. So in terms of a cinematic universe, she could still be the same person. So if she was born in 1957 during the events of the first Conjuring film, she would have been about 13 or 14, which I think is possible. And in the events of the second one, she'd have been 19 or 20, which, as I said before, the actress, it hadn't been 5 years between the movies, so she had not grown 5 years. But I do think, had that happened, it would also be possible that she could be a 19 or 20-year-old during the events of that one. In real life, that actress is a bit younger, but I think that's fine. It's a bit of a stretch, but it does kind of work. So here's what I hypothesize. So after she's grown up, she's gone to college because I believe she's a registered nurse. She doesn't like the negative attention, or all the media attention, positive or negative, that her parents have been getting. So she decides to change her name from Judy Warren to Lorraine, after her mother, Lambert. Alright, so she has a son, Josh, and then Josh begins to manifest this ability to astral project into the ghostly plane. And this worries Lorraine, obviously, because of her mother, Lorraine. She would know what these powers mean. And so she contacts Elise, who she would know through her parents' contacts, right? Because they would probably know other people who do this kind of paranormal investigation. So Elise comes and makes Josh forget about his abilities, the ghosts, and his grandparents, and then she has to cut them off from Josh's life so that he won't remember them and that he won't remember his powers, and that way it will protect him and keep him safe. And as he grows up, Josh, played by Patrick Wilson, begins to look like his grandfather, Ed Warren, played by Patrick Wilson. Boom! And then, of course, Josh's son, Dalton, also begins to manifest these abilities as well. And then that's its own other story. Yeah, so that is my theory. I think it's kind of fun, just a cool way to kind of explain why there's so many similarities between these two franchises and connect them, because that's what I do at 2 in the morning, like most people. Anyway, have a wonderful day or night. We need a Moon Knight movie. Bye.